Have you ever thought about where your produce comes from? Most grocery chains receive produce from various local and national farmers. In fact, there are about 3.4 million farmers in the United States today. But of that staggering number, only 45,000 are Black farmers. At the Better Buggy, we are a proud group of Atlanta-based Black-owned farmers, selling produce locally and nationwide. Our easy-to-navigate online platform makes it easy for you to make a one-time purchase or to simplify your life by subscribing to our weekly produce box. Whichever frequency you choose, you can order with confidence, knowing you'll receive 100% organic farm-fresh produce. If you're looking for a thoughtful gift for a loved one that they'd actually find useful, be sure to pop by our online store where you can snag a gift card your recipient can use to order their own produce and t-shirts. Ready to start supporting local Black-owned farms and making healthier food decisions? Visit thebetterbuggy.com now to start shopping.
Ladies and gentlemen, when I saw this story, it creeped me the hell out. I cannot believe many of those people are still around all these mice. At some point in time, you should say to yourself, we need to get out of here. You know, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I did articles on people saying that when they go to sleep, they're being bitten all night because the mice are everywhere. They're in their beds, in their closet, in the drawers. They're everywhere in the homes. And folks are showing flu-like symptoms. You know, it's just like when Europe got hit with the plague. Now, I was reading years ago a book that said the reason why Africa did not get hit with that bubonic plague is because whenever the village was overran by mice, they would just move the entire village to another location. They didn't just stay in it. And the reason why those folks over in Europe got sick is because they lived in it. You can't live in this. I don't care how hard you try, you cannot live in this. And you got to think about these mice getting in your food supply. They eat everything. They'll eat food, they'll eat non-food. It is a mess. And this is not going away. Usually they would get overran by mice, then the flood would come and it would kill off the mice. That's not happening anymore. These mice have smartened up. When the floods came, they ran in people's homes and they ran to higher ground. That's why they have not stopped. And now you got drought conditions over in Australia, which is perfect breeding weather for these mice. So they probably are quadruple the size they were back in February. Wow. So this came out in the New York Post, July 5th, 2021. Woman wakes up to mouse eating her eyeball amid Aussie rodent plague. Whew. This is one hell of a plague. That's all I got to say. I never thought it was going to last this long. Never thought. So this is New South Wales, where they have been overran by tens of millions of rodents for several months now. I don't know how these people do it. I could not live like that. These mice blind you. Just in case the ongoing Australia rodent plague wasn't horrifying enough, a farmer's wife was hospitalized after she woke up to a mouse eating her eyeball. Oh, ah, oh, boy. Mm. She's one of many victims of the unprecedented pestilence, which has been millions. They have seen millions and millions of these mice, and they are very destructive too. Very destructive. So they have been wreaking havoc on communities from Brisbane to Melbourne. Another stomach churning incident happened last month when a farmer felt a mouse scurrying across his face as he slept. I don't see how y'all lay in the house with these things running all through your bed and everything. I just can't do it, you know, because I did a story last month and a man was saying he could feel himself getting bitten at night. While he's sleeping, he feels the mice just biting him. I couldn't do it. Mm-mm-mm. So you saw what the farmer, he went in his, I guess that was his barn, and he was showing you how it was so badly infested with these mice everywhere. Mm, just looking at those videos, it makes my skin crawl. Okay, so a 35-year-old farmer said for the rest of the night he couldn't sleep until he caught a mouse in a trap under the bed. Just weeks earlier, his wife experienced a similar horror after she was awoken by one of the pests chewing on her wedding ring finger. Mm. We've got two young children. It makes you worry that they will wake up crying and it's because they have a mouse in their bed. I just don't understand why y'all are still there at this point. That is just not healthy at all. It's got to be a lot of people sick. And can you imagine the stench that's coming from these millions and millions of mice? It must smell like hell. Mm. These rodents run in are more than just disgusting. They also have the potential of spreading disease. And they said that people are getting sick. And one hotel owner nearly died after contracting leptospirosis, a bacterial infection that is found in rodent urine. Oh, oh, ah. The mice has also caused hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of crop damage, sparked fires by gnawing on electrical cords, and even begun cannibalizing themselves. Oh man. The mice are into everything. Xavier Martin, the vice president of New South Wales Farmers Association, told ITV News. If I walk out the door there now and stand still, they'll climb out the outside of my trouser and inside my trouser. Ew. Oh, oh. They're just running about everywhere. They've taken over a lot of our homes, our sheds, our vehicles, our tractors, he added. The infestation has gotten so bad that fed up Aussies are calling for a scourge to be declared on, they want it declared as a natural disaster. That's what they're trying to say. And so they can collect insurance payouts for any mouse induced damage, which is not going to be covered by most insurance companies. They'll tell you to get an exterminator. And but in their case, I don't know. I don't know what they can do. I'm not really there like they are, but I just, they need like a real massive solution. Like everybody just clear out of there and just send a whole bunch of people in there just to kill, and just do it every single week until you have them under control. I don't know what else, because they have tried bait, because I know people say, oh, well, give them bait. Well, they have tried that. They have tried bait, and it is just not working. It is not working. It's just too many. You would have to cover the entire ground with bait, you know? I don't know. Okay, so if that wasn't disastrous enough, the hairy hordes could give a rise to a plague of venomous snakes looking to capitalize on the gut. Well, how many snakes can you get in there? I mean, even if you get a bunch of snakes in there, snakes can only eat one at a time. So, and you got millions. Even if you got, oh, I don't know, you would have to get a lot of snakes in there. And then now you got a whole new problem with snakes. Those snakes ain't gonna just leave. After, they're gonna be around, and next thing you know, you're gonna have snakes in people's houses. Yeah, I knew the Most High wasn't gonna make this easy for them to resolve, huh? Not a chance. So, in an attempt to prevent a prolonged plague event, the New South Wales government has procured 5,000 liters of rodent insecticide. Okay, so they're going to try to poison them, but they've been trying to do this all along, y'all. I remember reading these stories back in February, and they were talking about um, poisoning them using bait and all that. And I mean, they're still talking the same thing. You know what they say? You keep doing the same thing, looking for a different result, but you keep getting the same result. That's what they're doing. I'm telling you, if you go back to February, they were talking about bait. They were talking about pesticides and things they could use on them then. And here we are in July, and they're talking the same thing as a solution. So, this government has not progressed at all. They're just talking the same thing. But y'all, please tell me what you think. This is, woo, it couldn't be me. Mm-mm. I don't know how these people do it. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.